Hi guys, how's it going? It's Adam in the garden today. Not my garden, but a private garden not too far from Ebenezer. And so I thought I would take a stroll and show you guys a few things which I also have, but as you know, most of my plants are babies, honestly, very young. And so here I see a lot of the exact same plants, but in their mature form. So while my garden might not give the inspiration or the full picture that you might want to see and that I want to show, this garden here has it. So, for example, one of the Japanese maples that I have in my garden, which is just a little guy, but this one is very big. We'll see how much video I can get today because it is quite windy, and with probably hearing that wind, with some water features as well. So let's just walk around and take a look. Behind me you can see that one of the areas in this park, while beautiful and filled with hardscapes, you can see there's some good structure and skeletal work going on, some watering systems, etc. But as every garden has, it's got weeds, it's not fully finished, and I think that's kind of true with most gardens and life, really. Things just aren't ever exactly how we want them. We need to change some things and move some things as different plants grow and give more shade. We have to move some smaller plants, or something might grow very big and topple over in the wind, and suddenly we're left with a lot of sun. So we have to move some other plants. So we're constantly changing and moving around. So even though this is a designed by one of the best landscapers in Ukraine, it's not finished, right? And there's still things moving around and changing around, and there's buckets of weeds hanging around. It's a living garden. So if yours doesn't look perfect, don't worry. But this tree rather, I definitely have in my garden, and it is about this tall. So it's great to see what it will look like in a few years, probably in about 10 years time. So guys, when you go to buy plants in a nursery, I really do suggest taking a look and seeing if that nursery has the same plants in mature form, or if there's perhaps a botanical garden near you, or a private park like this one, where you can see the plant in its natural form. That way you can get a true idea of the size and shape and color and structure of the growth patterns of what you're planting, so that later on you don't have to dig up and replant. Another great example found right here, this Japanese pine, which I also have in my garden in the south beds, and he's about 12 to 15 inches, or about 30 to 40 centimeters tall, struggling in the sun. And so I actually have a patio chair over him, or over it rather, to kind of protect him from the sun. But as you can see, this one, and it's full, mature, beautiful, and it's just loving its habitat. And so just when you buy something little, don't worry, don't think that it's gonna die or something like that. Just one thing about gardening is being patient. And sometimes even the most beautiful parks, you have some plants that just don't make it. And so for me, this is actually kind of affirming that it doesn't matter if I'm an amateur or a professional gardener. Sometimes things just don't survive. They don't like the ground or the dirt. And this one, I think, I really, looking at this, because there's another rhododendron here and another one right here, so I don't know why this one didn't make it. Perhaps there was something crawling under and eating the roots. It's on a drip system, right, with these ones. Who knows? Sometimes plants just don't do well for whatever the reason. So don't be discouraged. Even if you plant something and it looks like this after a couple of months, so do some of the best gardens. So keep planting. Don't give up, because you will end up with something like this eventually. I also wanted to take you through this pathway and show you the importance, and talk a little bit about the importance of hardscape and having a wide array of, we're getting some watering going on right as I'm talking. Hopefully you'll be able to hear. But here you have this beautiful metal, interesting artistic structure here, the stone pathways, some gravel under your feet to give you that crunchy sound. So we're visually stimulated, we're audibly stimulated in the garden, and of course we have not only annual plants, but we have perennial plants, flowers rather, bushes, pines and tis, and just lots of different colors and textures and structures. So don't feel limited by xeriscaping only, or don't feel limited by what your neighborhood is doing. Feel free to explore and try new things and different colors and textures, because really this is beautiful. So I think most people have heard of bonsais, the Japanese art of tree design and plant design in small pots. But did you know that bonsais, when planted in the ground and much bigger, it's actually called nivaki. And so here we see how this Nivaki is structured by putting this stone to weigh down this branch so that he grows not upward but straight. So this is on purpose, and we see lots of rope here throughout this branch, which shows some old structuring. Perhaps that needs to be redone, but just a beautiful specimen. You can tell that it takes a lot of time. I don't know, guys, maybe I'm just a purist at heart, but I'm a little disappointed to see the fake flowers in this beautiful garden in this boat. I understand that it's for selfies and different types of things, but I would much rather see at least some potted hydrangeas in here, or something, or some fresh cut flowers. I would say one plant that comes to mind when I think about an English garden or a garden in the southern states in the US is wisteria. It is a fantastic vine that is a little invasive, so you really have to be careful. Mine in my garden here in Ukraine is still quite young, and as everything else in my garden is a transplant from within the last year. So everything is rooting and getting ready to next year get steady, and the third year to go, right? Ready, steady, go. This wisteria is clearly in the go phase, and we see here they have several, which, I mean, this is just breathtaking, honestly, and I can't imagine late May, early June, even early July, when it's just filled with those pink and purple flowers, hanging flowers. But as you can see, this structure is, as I said, just phenomenal. But imagine these planted right up against your house. It could cause some real damage. So even though something might be beautiful, you really do have to pay attention to where you're planting it and what kind of infrastructure you have around it, because this could take out some good fences and mess with some awnings and things like that, gutter systems on the side of your house. So perfect on a pergola, not so great right up against the house.
Я хочу білу.
Well, guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope I was able to show at least a few interesting things and give some advice. I'll finish today with some fantastic hydrangeas, different sorts behind me. So I'm going to go grab some lunch, but I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you liked this, please like, comment, share, all of those fun things. All right, bye, guys.